why I think this is happening? Why this news is coming on real quick?
Yeah.
Because his game was so bad on Thursday night. To me, if like when Nick Bosa was having the defensive player of the year season, you never heard news like, oh, the Niners are still committed to it or Bosa wants to reset the market. It was just understood. He was having the greatest year ever and he didn't have to say a damn thing. They were going to, he was going to get what he was going to reset the market because if the Niners didn't want to give him that money, someone else would. But in this case, you hear a leak and it seems like it's coming. I don't know where it's coming from, but
is there panic?
If I were his agent, I'd be nervous after a game like that, after a season like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, compared to last season, right? Last season was tremendous for him. I believe what he had 31 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, if I'm remembering correct, something like that. To now he's trending like 19 and 14 or something. Not nearly as good. Struggling in big games, losing big games, missing a lot of opportunities. So yeah, if you're his agent, if you're Brock Purdy, you're thinking we may have just lost a lot of money, and you're maybe trying to get in front of that and put these reports out. That's what I would guess.
Yeah, because it seems like here's what I would think. We're battling narratives here. Brock Purdy has a really mid season. I mean, he's 6-7, and no one really would have cared about what he did up until Thursday night if he had just beaten the Rams. And to beat the Rams, all he had to do was score 13 points, and he scored 6, and his quarterback rating was 45. And he was awful in the rain. Like, couldn't have been much worse. And so all of a sudden, the narrative is going to be like, oh, well, maybe the Niners can get him at a discount. Maybe the Niners can get him at the Baker Mayfield deal. 3 years, $100 million. Like, maybe the Niners can maybe this is good news. And it's like all of a sudden, like, nope. He wants $60 million. He's going to get $60 million. Because the way Tom Pelissero presented it is like, well, if you just look at the facts, you know what I mean? It's got to be $60 million. But yeah, I mean, I disagree with that big time.
Well, the problem is when Kyle Shanahan comes out and talks about, the problems with this season, basically, explaining the reasons why they're not doing well, excuses, if you will, the injuries, the drama. Now that creates an excuse for Nick Sorensen. That creates an excuse for Brock Purdy. And it feels like that's what they're going to be relying on heading into these negotiations. And they're trying to get in front of it now. Like, no, everyone was hurt. Same reason why the team sucked overall. Same reason why Brock struggled overall. And we're going to nip this in the bud right now. Here's our expectations. Let you guys know right now. That's what we're expecting. Seems like that's
but it's like this team needs to have some self-awareness. We're going to talk about this later, but it's like you're the team that made Jimmy Garoppolo the highest paid player in football. You're the team that made Deebo Samuel one of the highest paid players in football. When are you going to practice some restraint instead of just giving players everything they want because they want it? But that's not what this topic is about. This topic is about the source of the leaks that have been coming out since the worst game of Brock Purdy's career. One of the worst games of Brock Purdy's career happens. Don't worry, everyone. He's still worth more than you even think because he's better than Dak. And he has more playoff wins than Lamar Jackson. That was the argument.